Hello everyone, this is Kara Nunnik-Aridia for EDSU 534 and this is my flip video. So this video is on the Flint water crisis. It's a basic introduction. On our agenda today, first we're going to look into our standards and goals from this flips lesson. And we're going to look into the basic introductory on the background on Flint. We're going to look at a timeline. And then we're going to close it up and give you the instructions for the quiz, and then take a look at what is expected next. So, our standards and goals. The standards we're going to be working on today are to analyze a complex set of ideas or sequence of events and explain how specific individuals, ideas, or events interact and develop over the course of the text. We're also going to integrate and evaluate multiple sources of information presented in different media or formats, as well as words in order to address a question or solve a problem. So our question or problem is going to be our essential question, which we will go over. And we're going to look at this complex situation and try and understand what happened over the course of events through different media and different formats. So our goals are we're going to gain a basic understanding of what happened during the Flint water crisis by looking at the history and the timeline. And then we're going to use this as a launching deck for more research, thinking about our upcoming persuasive essays and other assignments that you're going to have. So the background on the Flint water crisis. Our central question is, how does water affect communities? Now, this is a basic question, but we're going to look at it in a deeper perspective by looking at what exactly happened in Flint. Okay, so we're looking now at CNN's general report, Fast Facts on the Flint water crisis. This link is available either on the slide or in the classroom Google Class. So looking at this, we can see that they've highlighted the basics of what happened, such as how in the 1980s, General Motor plant began to decline, and so GM downsized, leaving Michigan in some financial crisis. They switched their water sources, which turned out to be the beginning of a very bad situation. They found lead in their new water source, which was the Flint River, and lead, of course, leads to health effects, including impaired cognition, behavioral disorders, hearing problems, and delayed puberty, so the children were definitely being affected. Fast forward, this led to dozens of lawsuits against Michigan and the city of Flint. And then what's great is underneath this is they have a direct timeline of what happened. So the new pipeline started being built in March 22nd, 2012. And April 25th, 2014, the water was switched. And then that's when their issues started. There was a positive test for bacteria in the new water. And then it just spirals from there, and you can see how the EPA gets involved. And they find March 18th, 2015, lead in the water. And it continues on from there. So you need to go through this and read this before the next class. Once again, here's the link, and it's also on the classroom site. Moving on, we have the Flint water timeline. This is a very small picture, so we also have the link, and it's also on the class site, so let's go look. Here's the larger picture that you can go through and identify what's going on with this timeline. There's going to be some questions on it for the quiz, so make sure you take a good look at it. Okay, moving right along. After you take a look at the article and the timeline, we do have a quiz that needs to be done before our next class. Here's the link to the quiz. It's just a quick one, or of course it's on the classroom website. And what's next? So now that you have a basic background information on what happened in Flint, we need to start thinking about the big questions. So big questions for you are, what interests you about this topic? What would you like to know more about? And this way you can start thinking about your persuasive essay. What would you like to pursue? Once again, this was just a launching dock for you to start to grasp what happened and start thinking about your own community and areas to research. Lastly, here are our resources. Thank you, and everybody have a good day.